Today is Sunday, June 7th, 2015. I actually made it to church today, which was shocking. Last week wasn't very spectacular, but this week I made it to the first hour of church anyway. Which is why I'm all done up. It usually takes a lot of energy and effort to do this, so you wouldn't normally see me dressed up like this. So, going off of what I said yesterday, I started writing down a list of things, that I wanted to talk about, and I kind of categorized it. There's things that piss me off. That's one category. Things that I'm grateful for. Things that scare me, and just funny stories. And the problem is that, see, the things that piss me off list is longer than everything else. But I'm feeling pretty good today, so I'll focus on something that I'm grateful for, which is kind of an accident in itself. I don't know how much I weighed when I first got sick last year. It was the end of March last year, and I was sick for 5 days or so. I didn't eat before I went to the hospital. At first I thought it was a stomach flu. Was not. Most definitely not. And so I didn't weigh myself beforehand. I didn't know what was going on, but I think I was roughly around about 235, 240 pounds. When I got out of the hospital, I was about 195 pounds when I first started doing dialysis treatment. So that's like 30 or 40 pounds right there, just gone in maybe 2 weeks. Not very healthy, but I didn't really eat hardly at all because it just was so uncomfortable, and I was throwing up a lot. But anyway, now, over a year later, I'm supposed to take my weight every day and record it in my logbook with my treatments. And so, and the nurses, the program here that I'm doing, does everything in kilograms instead of pounds. So I am about 81 kilograms right now, which is roughly 180, 178 pounds, give or take. That's the closest I've ever been to the weight I have on my driver's license. And it's been strange because, I'll show you a before picture, and then I'll show an after picture. I can't do it right now because I'm doing my treatment right now, so I can't really stand up. But I'll edit that in a minute. So, yeah, it's been really strange because it was sudden. I got out of the hospital and suddenly none of my pants fit, even my just comfy, loungy pants. And my shirts were baggy, but that didn't bother me as much as my pants because they were falling down. I remember when my sister, Cecily, offered to get me a few things at Old Navy, and I went shopping with her, and with the pants I was wearing, I kept having to hold them up so they wouldn't fall down around my knees. So in a way, it is a good thing. I didn't lose the weight in the most healthy way you could, but it is good that I don't have to deal with that with as heavy as I was, along with everything else now. That picture, the before picture, was taken at my brother Evan's wedding, and that was in 2012. And I wasn't, in 2014, I wasn't much bigger than that. I was fitting into the same size clothes at the time, so that's basically how big I was. I was fitting into a Lane Bryant 14-16 top, and maybe 18-20 pants, and that might be a 20 in your regular plus sizes, or a double extra large in some cases. Yeah, so I don't know. I didn't take any proper measurements. It just happened, and so I don't know exactly. But anyway, now I'm kind of in between a 14 and a 12 pant size. If there was a 13, I'd probably fit into it, because I got some capris the other day that were 14, and they were a little loose on me, but they weren't, you know, I think if I'd gotten a size down it would have been too tight. So yeah, I'm in between that now. And yesterday I was at Kohl's with Mom and my brother, and I just found some cute t-shirts, and I got a couple of those, and I fit into an extra large and a junior size, which is, I never would have thought that I would do that. Not that I wear juniors clothes, which they were just plain t-shirts, so, and they looked comfortable. That's why I got them. But I realized it after the fact. I was like, well, these are actual junior sizes. So this is after. Yeah, I just bought these yoga pants yesterday, and I was amazed that they fit. And of course, I still have a little bit of a tummy because of my treatment, and we'll discuss that on a later date. Yeah, losing the weight is it's really strange. It's not something I was concentrating on, and it kind of happened by accident. I know it happens a lot when people get sick. They lose weight, especially you know, cancer patients with the chemotherapy and everything. When I go places, I mean, it is part of the problem, though, the losing weight, because when I go places and I'm in full makeup and I'm actually wearing clothes that fit, there are people who know me where I'm going, and the first thing they say, I think, is just to break the ice. I think it's just to broach the subject. Oh, you look good. You look really good. And when it first started happening repeatedly, I was wondering, like, what were you expecting? You were expecting some sort of, I'm a corpse? Because without makeup I look really pale, and I kind of look corpse-like. So I was thinking maybe I should just show up to church or wherever in my pajamas with no makeup on, and then see what happens. But I had a friend tell me that if I did that, I would get another kind of response. They would be like, "Oh, how are you doing?" And so there's no real way out of it. And everybody means well. I know they do. It's just difficult to approach someone you know who is just going through something really difficult that you can't even imagine. I mean, I wouldn't be able to imagine this if I wasn't really going through it. So, yeah, I'm a little thinner now, and when I do go out, there are a lot of times where I don't even care how I look. But it is one less thing right now. It was strange, and I suffered to lose that weight, but it is kind of a blessing now, because I don't think I would even have the energy that I have if I was the same size I was. And a lot of it is from the treatment too, because I had a lot of extra fluid in my body everywhere because my kidneys weren't working, and so it was bound to happen a little bit anyway. So maybe we'll go to the things that piss me off next time.